Good morning and welcome to Sunday Slow Stitching with Rita. I'm going to be working on another one of the pouches, but this one is a different design and color and so forth. But I wanted to share with you kind of a trick that I have. So I'm going to make a flower, and I don't have the original piece, but if you know about press and seal paper, you know, like saran wrap, only it's called press and seal, and there's a piece of, that's okay. So I drew an image on this press and seal with a felt tip pen. It has to be a permanent pen. And even then you have to make sure you let it dry, and I didn't get my permanent pen. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. Just checking to see if my phone's going. Okay, so this is called press and seal, and it's paper that you saran wrap that you would put over a bowl or something like that. You can see on here to store in the refrigerator or whatever. But I've never, well, I have used it a couple times, but I used to buy these and I used to draw on this all the time. I used to quilt, hand quilt, and when I was quilting on fabric that I could not see through, I couldn't put a light box, I couldn't, you know, do anything, I would draw it onto this paper and onto this saran wrap stuff, and I would lay it down on my project and sew directly through it. It holds up the whole time you're sewing. It's easy to sew through, and then when you're finished, you just, you know, start kind of removing it, and it comes off pretty easy. You know, it could be a little struggle, but not much. So let me just show you real quick how I did it. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. My design here came from a book. I can't remember what I got it from, but it was a flower like this in a book. And of course you can't sell something that you've traced. You know, there's a copyright law. I don't know about tracing or how that works, but I'm not going to take a chance, because if YouTube comes across it, then you'll get in trouble. But only if you're going to sell the journal. You can do this for your own personal use, and not to worry. Okay, so this one here is a precise rolling ballpoint pen, extra fine. Then I've had this one, which is a ZIG permanent marker, and it has a fine point and a thicker point, but the fine point is not that fine. Then my favorite one that I used to use most of the time was my Sharpie, but I'm out of ink, I think. Now there's a little in there. Maybe I do have enough. Well, let's try. So I like to use a fine point, whatever I use, not a thick one. So I'm going to use this one, and you have to make sure that whatever you're going to draw or trace, you're only tracing the stitching lines, the ones that you want to outline, and then you're going to stitch inside of it if you want to thread paint it, or if you don't, that's fine too. But you have to remember, this pen will still be wet on the top. So I'm going to go down there, because I think that would be a leaf or a part of the flower. And I'm sorry about the shadows. But the thing you have to remember is not to touch this that you've already drawn, or it'll smear. I mean, if it smears, you can live with it, but I don't like it to be smeared. I can't even trace straight, but that's okay. So let's do a petal out here. I'm not going to do the whole flower. I'm just going to show you what I'm talking about. And this permanent marker will dry and stay on your paper. sticks to everything. When I did applique on my quilts, I would trace out my applique and I would stick it on here, and then I'd move it over to the design. Then I'd move it over to my quilt, and then take my pieces and put them in where they go and just press them back down so that they would stay in place instead of having a bunch of little tiny pins everywhere. So I can still see it's a little damp. But so there, you know, is a flower. You could go as much as you want. So if you wanted to, because you are not an artist, I mean, I cannot draw a flower on my own. So I would probably go in here and I would do something like this and pick up these colors here, these sections, and then I could just thread paint that or something like that. Here you can go maybe like this, just zig it, and you can come back in with thread paint there. And so here there's not a lot, but there's this little line there, and here's a little line there, and I guess you could put something there. Maybe now this is just this size, you know, you could do whatever size you need, but you could also cut pieces of fabric that are this size. But I think I would just thread paint it, or you could also paint and then do thread painting like Corinne does. She does a lot of painting on her fabric. So then when you get done, you're going to pull it up like so. This is just a pretend one. And then you're going to lay it down on your fabric like this. And it still, that might be dry, it's just shiny. So press it down. Yeah, it dried pretty fast. And then start your stitching. And if you get to where I would do my outline, and then you could take this off and go ahead and do the rest of it, or leave it on and just get certain parts stitched that you want it to, the way you want it to look. So I'm going to save this until maybe I need it. And to save it, just put it on some parchment paper, make a little notebook with some, it doesn't even have to be parchment, actually. You just want to put it on a piece of paper because you want it to stick. So see, this is kind of shiny on here, the cover, so it won't stay. A little bit, but not much. All right, so now I've got this piece here. Put these away. That I want to do in black. So I've already laid it down on this piece of fabric. I'm going to be cutting around this, so it doesn't matter what size it is. And I also traced a few words from the book. Don't know where I got that now. I have a book that has, and I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and use this. You can do writing all across these things, and then you can actually embroider your handwriting or something that you got out of a book. Like right now they're doing Edith Holden a lot. So if you wanted to do like April from Edith Holden, you could use this and trace the April out of there, and then trace it on your page, on your slow stitch page. Okay, so I want some backing on it. This is the only fabric I could find that was black enough for what I want. But I want to put a piece of felt in there. Thought I had a piece that was kind of already cut off one end. No, guess not. So I mean, we don't need to make it that big. Let me go back here and Oh, there's my other puller thing. I'm going to go back here, and this is how I mark so I know where to put fabric on the back. I do this the same thing with my back stitch applique. I just don't have straight pens anymore. I don't know. I guess I started using clips, and you just don't use them as much. Okay, so I'm going to turn that over, and now I can see what size I need. And if I had a tape measure here, I don't think I do. Not handy. I just put it in my sewing stuff, and then I don't know where it is. All right, but we know it's got to be from there to about here. So I'm just going to cut out a piece of this. I hope you guys can see me. I hope you can hear. I hope the lighting's okay. I went back into the room that I was originally filming in because the other, I have to move everything, and I just can't. I put this linen on top of this to make it look nicer than my old brown table. I'm gonna get a new desk. I actually feel like I gotta find, is that the pen? Yeah. I need to find a website or somewhere that has craft rooms completely designed. I'm about ready to spend money and just get totally organized. I can't get organized, and I don't like spending money because for that kind of thing, because you don't know how long you're going to be doing it, and does anybody want, you know, like if you want to do built-ins or something. Okay, so then I'm going to just take this fabric and I'm going to put this on the back. Do I want to do that? Or do I want to do this afterwards? Yeah, because I don't want all the stitching to show. All right, we'll have to do this afterwards. Okay. So now I'm going to turn this back over. And we don't need pin. Well, I guess we do a little bit. I'm going to pin the felt on here. Make sure it doesn't move on me. It may not move, but it will. And you may want to use a color of felt that goes with your project, because we're going to cut this out. We're going to cut this shape out and make it a loose flower. And here's the pouch that's in just this state right now. This is that pillow sham that I got from Pottery Barn for $10. And I think I'm going to put that big flower right there, smack dab on the top of this. We'll see. Okay, so now all I need is a needle and thread, and I'm going to do it in a color that I can see on the black. So I'll probably just use this cream. I do have this kind of gold color too. I think this is DMC 738, one of my favorite colors. I was just gonna see, I have some of this brown and tans. I don't know if I'm gonna put those in yet, in this black, just to give you an idea of what my color scheme is. And then I've got this, or I could do this one. Oh my gosh, they both look okay. Okay, I'm gonna outline it in this what's the worst that could happen? I'd have to redraw the whole thing. I'd have to, because once I tear that off, it's going to be torn for good. I'm trying to find a needle that I prefer. I don't know if this one, they all look so much the same, but you know what? They're different. Let me try it this way so I get it. Come on, light. Nope. There's some needles that are nice and smooth on the inside as well as the out. And that's where I have a problem. If it's a different brand or something, I just don't, I'm not able to get my thread through. Okay, so I don't know where we're gonna start, but we'll just start here. And I'm just gonna do a running stitch, nothing decorative at this point, because I want to be able to go back and just stitch within the middle, within the design. I don't know how long it would take to do this, but see how easy it goes through this paper? It doesn't even really stick to your needle. I mean, there's a little bit of a struggle, but it's no worse than going through heavy fabric. Plus, we've got to get rid of these pens. If there's a pen, my needle will find it. I'll just have to make sure that I'm catching both layers. So my granddaughter's here from California. She got here last night, and today we're going to lunch, and that's why I'm doing the video. I thought I could have a little time before I go. And it's actually the Saturday before, because I have a Sunday video already coming out. And I hope that you're not bored with these pouches. However, I want to make them and I'm trying to show you something a little different on each one, that, you know, not a trick of the trade, but just something that I find useful, like this. And then you kind of, I've been sort of not in a slump, but it's just, I feel like I don't have what I need. I can't get my little box of goodies and find just the right thing. And that really, it gets to you because you can't finish it. And then all of a sudden you find something, but at the time, all right, so I'm going to go back up this way, this petal. Now I could do that petal too, but I don't know, for time's sake, I don't know if I'll do it here on camera. I might. Where's my little, I just had it here. Oh. Sometimes it's just a little harder to pull through. Watch me sew this piece of linen. When my sister was here, I took her back to that little boutique we went to, little consignment, antique-ish kind of mall thing. And I found some more linen pieces. And she found stuff too that she wants on these. But this one here, this is the tablecloth right here, and these are the, it's like a bridge table for a bridge table, and then these are the little napkins. But I just love how the way she did it, so nice and neat. And then this here, I don't know if that was part of the fabric or she weaved it in and out. I think she might have weaved it. I don't know, maybe not, but it's really cute. So I thought I could put that somewhere on this one because it kind of goes with it. And I noticed too, like, so many doilies are all either pink or yellow or blue. And purple, is purple. But not really modern colors, you know, especially for teenagers. Or these girls are not teenagers anymore, they're adults, but they just graduated from college and stuff. So in my eyes, they're still teenagers. Honestly, they're still little girls that I remember making clothes for. When the ruffled pants came out, the blue jeans with the ruffle lace around the bottom, I don't know how many pairs I made for those girls. And the big bows, they were so darn cute. Okay. I don't know if I can get this done in one video, you guys. But basically, I wanted to teach you the process of doing it this way. I don't know. There may have been other people out there that have done this. I don't know. I haven't come across them. But I haven't seen every video out there. Okay, so I have to decide here. Do I want to come around that circle and come back up? Or just start here and come back up? I think I'm just going to start here. And then when I come around here, I could make a couple stitches in there to give it more definition. Because I have to remember that I'm going to be cutting this out. That's why I'm using that other fabric on the back, this print, because I may leave some of it kind of loose. And I want to be able to see if it looks nice on the back as well. I think this is what I'm using is DMC. Oh, I did say that. It's DMC. DMC 738. At least I'm in screen. I want to thank everybody for joining me last week and subscribing. I don't know, you know, who subscribed. I don't have, I think in order for me to find out, I have to go to my computer and look. I can't use my iPhone or my iPad. There's certain things you can do on the iPad and you can't do on the computer, and then vice versa. So you would think you could do all of it on the same. Somebody's mowing their lawn. I wonder if it's mine. Nope. My yard is so grown up, and the gardener he never comes unless I call him. I mean, I've never had a gardener where he's new this year, but usually they'll come every other Thursday, or, you know, whatever date or whatever day he has to do it. I know he works too, so things happen, and it rains and he can't mow, and so then he gets behind. But when it rains a lot, then my yard is just knee high. And then he's like in a rush. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing okay. So is anybody doing the Roxy Creation Challenge that's just started? I just can't commit to it. I love Edith Holden. I've done several journals of hers, or if not all her, I've used several of her pages. I don't know what the books are going for now. They were kind of expensive there for a while. A lot of times it has to do with, you know, if everybody's making Edith Holden, then everybody runs to Amazon to get one. And then they're like, not Amazon, but the people that sell the books saying, hey, wait a minute, we could charge more for these. They're in demand. Trying to make a knot. I left my string too short. It's not going to go anywhere. Okay. Another piece of thread. Oops, wrong color. Wrong hand. It's hard to tell. I was gonna change these all, wrap them around a little thing I made. It looks like some of the ink is coming off on my hands. Oh, it's coming off all over there. Oh, I probably just didn't let it dry enough. And besides that, it's a different, gosh, gotta get that off. How am I gonna go to lunch? That was a different pen that I usually use. I usually use the Sharpie. Never had it come off like this before. I've had it smear because I didn't let it dry, but not actually come off. Because that would be awful, because if you were doing this on a lighter fabric, you probably could use a ballpoint pen, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. It's hot and humid today. I don't know. Hope it's nice on your side of the world, wherever you live. I know Australia's in their winter now. Must be so different for them. You know, having Christmas in the summer. I never could understand how they could enjoy this holiday as much because of no snow or that kind of thing. But it's all in what you're used to, I guess, huh? All in what you're used to. Did I just go around the... No. Okay. I don't want to go around the circle. I want to do the circle in one round. Whoops. Oh, darn. All right, I'll just... Let me see if I can just sneak back. I got off on the wrong... My light is reflecting, so it's harder to see. Okay. Sorry, I'm just being concentrated on my stitching here. So far, not too bad. I'm not... A lot of times I start stitching and I get stitches are too big, or... I mean, I'll start off with bigger stitches and end up with smaller stitches, or vice versa. And I hate it when I do that. I can't keep them. Or if I set this down and go do something else and come back, my stitches will look so much different. I don't know if that happens to you guys. Oops. So one of my subscribers sent me an email. She went and bought the French General design on 1, 2, 3 stitch, and she's doing it in purples, and she sent me a picture of what she's done so far. It's really pretty. I think she's using either more than one color of purple, or she has a nice variegated purple, which would be really nice. I think you could, I think when I stitched it, if you stitch it on thick enough with, you know, a thicker thread, like a 8 weight, you won't see the lines underneath that was pre-printed on there. I don't think, because I don't recall seeing any of my red the red lines. I didn't have to worry about, you know, washing it out. I don't know if it washes out or not. Might not. I don't know. I guess that I knew I was going to stitch it in red, so I didn't really pay attention. To watch my time because I started this video and then I was missing my pen, so I stopped the video or put it on pause, but it didn't. I guess I didn't pause it. I guess I shut it off. So when I came back, I had to start a new video. So now I have to put the two together. If I have enough room left, I can come back and do a little bit more this week. Okay, so there's that. Now I want to go around. So what I thought I would do on the circle is go around and around. But I can take this off. I don't need this on here to do the inside embellishing. Sometimes it kind of just gets, maybe it's the felt has a little, you know, like how felt's made of plastic or glue or something. It has a little hard spot. Okay. I think that's the one I want to go back up on, so oh, that's the inside. Never mind. Probably should have. I always leave my thread too short. You guys always leave your thread too short? One more thread. I have to get out some alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and get this off. Huh, never had that happen. So it must be that pan. I've never used it. I just haven't done this in so long that when I was quilting, I had all my tools knowing what does what. Where did I leave off? Oops, come on. So is anybody making anything for Christmas in July? If you're a journal maker or slow stitcher, card maker. I guess this is my Christmas in July because these are Christmas gifts. But with slow stitching, and you guys might think I'm crazy to do this for to give away this many of them because it takes so long, but I think it helps, you know, give me ideas what, and different, do the same thing but different, a different look entirely. Okay, so what I would do after now, I would take all this off. I'm going to take all of it off, but I wouldn't go round and round on this. If you know, you could probably do that without this paper, or you could leave it on and do everything that way. So just wondering how much time do I have to get a, okay, where am I? I end up going all across the whole entire background with my thread because I don't look to see how far away I am. So this is the way the design was on that picture that I traced. Now you can go to copyright free site. I think there's the New York library site, and any piece of artwork on there is copyright free, or you look for copyright free, type that into your search. And there's another one that I use, I can't think of the name of it. If I remember it, I'll link it. I used to have Linktree, and everything was on Linktree, but it seemed like there was just so many steps to making a video, and then you've got to go get the link, go to your Linktree, sign in your password, which, you know, I never could remember, so I have no idea what it is right now. I've got it written down somewhere, but it's just, you know, those steps, always one more step. I used to go to Canva and do my pictures and write what I was making, make it look nice. But I don't think that it changed people from watching it. Sometimes I just don't have time. You know, this is a hobby that I want to have fun doing it. I don't want to be stressed out. Try to mention people's names. The other day I got a comment from K3N. She is so sweet, but she said that if I had tagged her, she would have seen the video sooner. But I probably was planning to do that, and I didn't. So, yep. I'm probably getting ink on my face, so just scratch my nose. All right, let's just call this done as far as the stitching goes. And I will finish stitching it. So let me see. We've got this area here that I probably could tear away, so you guys could see. Okay, come on. Seemed like I might have done something trying to see how I did it, because I know all these pieces came out. But you know what? I've never done it on slow stitch, so hold down your stitching so you don't pull it out, because you're going to be pulling on this somewhat. Or find something you can, a bone folder or something like that, that would keep it from tearing out. Just careful. All right. I'm not going to tear all of this out because I want to probably do the centers. Let's see, this one. I was looking to see if I had a bone folder here. But yeah, I've done this with quilting, so yeah, except I used to quilt really tiny stitches, so it would, you know, release easy because it wasn't such a big open space. Okay. I want to get a couple, at least these two. Some things are a little difficult to do, but they're worth it in the end, especially to stitch on black. It's very hard to, you know, mark it unless you're just doing randomly. I'm not an artist enough to not have something to make a design with. So there you go. Can you guys see that? I think it's cool. And then I'm going to cut around all of this. So I'll try to come back and after I stitch some more of this, I'll come back and then we'll just do the cutting. And I'm just gonna go around it like 1/4 of an inch. And I may do a what do you call it? A stitch. Blanket stitch around the edge. Or just an overcast stitch, because this is gonna be inside of it. And this is going to be, once we cut it out, then we'll sit it on this and cut around that. And that will be something that's going to be on the back and we can stitch. So I hope that gives you something to try if you want. And yeah, I was watching everybody doing their Edith Holden stuff, and I thought, well, I can make a design. I can stitch it. I just was thinking that this would be something that would be useful for you who are doing her challenge. Okay, so I'm going to let you go, and I'm not going to say goodbye. I'll wait and come back and show you this when I get more stitched on it. Until then, have a great day. Okay, I'm back. So what I've done is I pulled off all of the glad wrap press and seal, and it wasn't that hard to get off, but you do need to hold the stitches down kind of with your finger as you're tugging on it, or a bone folder or something that can keep the stitches from lifting up. I only had one stitch that kind of went up, and I just went in the back and pulled it back. So I went around, and you can't see this because it's black, but I did go around and stitch in here with a small size black thread, kind of like a 50 weight or something, a little bit heavier, but just to hold it all together. And then I went around with some beads. I haven't put beads on for a long time. So now I'm going to cut this out, and we'll see what happens. Oh, and I did stitch around the outside of all the flower petals because I didn't want it to like come loose. So, and I've never done this before, so I hope my scissors are not that good. I need to buy, I have scissors, I have some Fiskars that I bought a long time ago, and they're sharp, but they're just really hard to cut with. So, but I need one in every sewing room. That's what, every place I work, I need another pair of sharp. In here, most of my, see, I don't want to cut that. It's really hard to see black. Okay. Let me see if I can go with a smaller scissor. Yeah, these scissors are, most scissors don't want to cut through heavy batting or felt. But it's supposed to kind of look raggedy, so I'm and I was going to say too, you can always go to one of those free coloring book pages and, you know, type in a flower or something like that and print that out. If you just want to make a shape to get you started. Let me get rid of this part. Oh gosh. I'm sorry, I should have went and got my other scissors. I was just anxious to get this cut out because I want to see how it's gonna look. And I was thinking this morning about, you know, maybe what my next project might be, my slow stitching project. But I don't think it matters. I think that each design is what matters. That you know, you can put a new image on it and make, you know, pretty much the same thing. So if you want to make pillows, you enjoy that, then make pillows. Different colors, different designs. It's just fun. It's just the process of sitting there and stitching. It's not about necessarily a design or that kind of thing. At least I don't think so, because I mean, there's not a lot of projects you can do that are useful. That's my thing too, is I want to make things that are useful, not just something to hang on the wall, because I don't hang them on the wall. Okay, so there is that. Now this is the back side, so in case I didn't know if I want to stitch it down or just do like a blanket stitch around the outside. And if I do a blanket stitch, do I want to use this goldish color, or do I want to use black? Okay, well, let me set it down on this little guy and see how it fits. So I want this to come down quite a ways so it will fit on here. And that would be about right there. Okay, so I think I'm gonna have to, well, you know what, I'm gonna have to come down a little bit more because this will be stitched, or I need to make a hem on it. This will be stitched, I think. Well, it doesn't matter, one of the two, but I need to leave enough room for that. So I'm going to come down just a bit more because I thought I could add lace to the top part of this. I don't know if I have anything at the moment to show. So I have to dig out all my laces. Oh, this one, I don't know if I like this one. It smells like vanilla because I sprayed it with vanilla. I like that. Here's a bigger crochet and lighter. So anyway, we'll get to that part because this is much lighter than that. I didn't realize it. It's so funny when you put what you think is cream and then all of a sudden it's not, because I was going to put this one on for sure. Was it this one, or maybe it was this one? I wonder, should I put something like that in the back of it? And oh, this is the good side, the edge. I could put something like this in the background. No, I think that looks too lacy. All right. I'm just going to pin this here real quick just to keep it on here. I don't know. Do I want to stitch it on? It's hard to decide right away. Sometimes I need a little more time. Well, that's cute. Okay. So now I'm just going to, oh, I don't have one, a friction pin. Okay, don't have one, so I'll just pin it. Just going to put a pin here so I know where we stop. Okay, so because I want to lay out. Now I don't see that lace that I really wanted to use. Where is it? Nope. Nope. Oh my goodness. You know, I spent all morning looking for my phone. So, oh my, where is it? Oh, there it is. Finally. I do want this lace on here, I think. Something. And then I was just going to collage some fabrics. So maybe I should wait on this part and can't spend too much time because I think I'll be over an hour if I do, which is okay, but I don't know. So let's see, there's a little piece of that. Oh, and I did find these ones with black on it. I think those are neat. Yeah, that's gonna look, let's see, it's gonna come down this far, so we're not gonna see that. Let's move this down. I kind of like that one to show. Okay. I wonder how this would look over that. And then I have this one. These are, I got at a thrift store, a little pack of them. Somebody was using them for quilting, but they changed their mind. And now I get to use them. Let's do this one in a longer. Oh, and I want to use some burlap. Let's see, I need to leave at least a 1/2 inch down here. I like the ruggedness of the burlap. I think I had the burlap up here before. Well, let me cut a hunk of it off. I'm just going to lay it there for the moment. We'll probably move this all around. Some black. That's nice. I have some this brown. Now you could make this really simple and just put a few patches here and then a few patches on the back, but I always like to sew in more stuff than necessary. So I really don't care if that gets sewed into the seam. I think that might look okay. So I've done that and that, and I wonder, I don't know if I want to use any of these because I really like the black on the edge. Let's see. Good, a safety pin. Never ever put your pure cotton in your pin cushion. You can't get a pin in it. You know, I just really love that. And don't know if I want to add pink. So let's just, okay, that one's got gray, which is cool. I'm just gonna cut it here in the corner. This is linen. I don't think it'll rip very well. I was trying to decide if I wanted to add a pop of color, but I think I kind of like it all neutral looking for this particular one. Oops. Hope you guys can see what I'm doing. I don't know where I had that, but already right there. Okay. I had this rust, but I don't know if I would like that. It's kind of, it is a pop of color. This one is, this is all gray on the edge. I thought there was black. Maybe it was more gray. So I was thinking about doing this other corner with just a little bit of that peeking out. You know, I always think, do I want to cut it? Because I'll ruin it. But if you don't, you're never going to cut it. It's just not going to happen. Okay, kind of like that there. I'd like a piece up here. Is that too big? I like this satin stuff. Ooh. This is off the edge of a bedspread, I think. I think I already cut there was lace on the edge. I already cut it off. This is some kind of a silk. Okay. I think I like that. Here a little bit. And I'm not going to wrap them around, but I will on the back side just put a few patches. In other words, you know, like a piece of this, so that it has something on the back, but it's not the main focal point. I feel like I need something else up there, but I don't know what. Should I put some burlap up there? Maybe I shouldn't center this. Maybe I should do this over here like so. I kind of like it off center. Those are pretty. How much time have I spent? Yeah. I don't want to spend more than around 20 minutes on this part. And then this is just not the right color black. It looks too... Did I put this one in? The stars? Yeah. So it takes a lot of thinking. Wonder how this would look under it. I shouldn't keep pinning it down. If I put that on that edge, that would make a nice edge there. And if you don't want to fold the flap all the way down and you want a bigger pouch, I don't know. Now I'm getting to where I don't see what I want. I don't see it happening, if you know what I mean. I think it's because this, let me cut this off. I'm gonna have to maybe just trim around these extra pieces. This is Battenberg lace. It's got a stain on it. Could come up higher. You know, I didn't get all my stuff out, obviously. did that color. Put this in it. I'm just eyeballing it. I like this back here, but it needs to have something. So let me see if I hate yo-yos. I'm just tired of looking at them, you know. I went, well, here's hexagons. Now, just needs to be something, something cool. I think I was looking all over for that circle. Now I know where it is. Or just some circles would be. Like a cluster of them. Let's see if I have another circle that size just to see what a cluster would look like. I don't have another one. Just kind of wanted to see how. I don't know, that's just one little box I have. So I will think about that. See, I like this color. I feel like I might have, maybe I was going to put some of that on there. I don't think it matters if it's too much lace. But I could put it up here too, along that edge. I could add more stitching in here too if I wanted. All right, one more look and I'm done. Something hanging on the corner would be nice like that. Okay. I need to buy some more lace from this lady. She's on Etsy. You can, I'm sure you'll find her, but if you wanted it. But she sent me a lot of nice pieces. I do kind of like this. I do like the burlap. I don't know, it just adds a little bit of, oh, I did add it up there. Okay. I'm just trying to, I don't know if I want this to be symmetrical or, you know, offset. Kind of like burlap with this lace over it. I have another piece of fabric. Let's see what's, I have this. It's a quilt. What is it called? A canther quilt? Cantha? Or, yeah. I want to say Kawandi, but it's not the Kawandi. But I was thinking maybe this inside part would look, because this one, they have all kinds of different designs inside when you rip them apart. Just trying to get it open enough so I could see. Okay, well, I really can't tell because I don't have this open, so I don't think I like this one. All right, I'm just going to leave it like that for now and just come back and take another look. Maybe this needs to be cut up. If I can use that somehow. I don't know, it just doesn't thrill me. Okay, I'm gonna go. I don't want you to just have to sit here and watch me play like this, but hopefully you'll get some ideas. I cut this off of the pillowcase thing. I was wondering if I might be able to use this for the strap for the closure. I'm not sure. I'm about ready to go tea dye this. For some reason, I feel like it's just too bright, too white. But I might tea dye a little section because I have another piece and just see what it looks like before I start sewing it together. But I like it, a little bit of this. I like that look with that lace. Cut that off. Either there or there. I could put it even up here. And then just do some stitching through here. Okay. You guys have a great week, and I will see you on next Sunday. Okay? Bye.